Hey, welcome to Moore's Family Outdoors. If you would like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, and we're getting close, so your support is greatly appreciated. This is Maximus. He's a Jersey White Giant Rooster. Came from Maria Hall stock in Indiana. I've had him for about 5 years. He's actually become pretty much a pet now, but he is the dominant rooster in our Jersey Giant flock. I was going to talk a few minutes about myths in the chicken world. I've been raising chickens for a long time. I'm 56, and I've heard a lot of different things that I knew was not true. One of the things I hear quite often is, why are my roosters crowing all day long? I thought they only crowed in the morning. And truth be, roosters crow 24/7. It's a territorial thing, not a they're not a biological alarm clock. They crow all the time. So yes, roosters will crow all through the night, all through the day, not just in the morning. Another myth I hear is, can hens lay eggs without a rooster? That's a question I hear quite often. And yes, the hens can definitely lay eggs without a rooster. In fact, the whole poultry or egg industry is built around just hens, not roosters. They produce billions of eggs every year without a single rooster on the farm. Now, you do need a rooster if you want to fertilize the eggs and hatch them, but just to lay eggs for eating, no, you do not need a rooster. Another myth I hear is, I've heard people say my hens lay every day. They even lay twice a day. Well, that's not possible. There might be a few rare cases, and I think I have read where a few hens have laid every day and set a record at 365 eggs, but that's extremely rare. Most hens will lay 4 to 5 eggs a week at best. Their body's not made to handle that much laying, and they have to have a little bit of rest time. Another myth I hear is, my hens have quit laying because it's cold. Well, that's not true. That's not exactly true. They quit laying or slow down their laying process because duration of light or the length of daylight is getting shorter. It just happens to be the length of daylight gets shorter during the cold months. It could be 0 degrees outside, but if they're getting 15, 16 hours of sunlight every day, they're going to lay like it's summertime. You need at least 15 hours of sunlight or artificial light for a hen to lay at optimum level. When it drops below that, they start slowing down. So it's not the cold weather, it's the length of daylight. I've also heard some people say that certain color eggs have more nutrients than others. I tell people all the time that eggs are kind of like people. We all look different on the outside, but we're all the same on the inside. Nutrients has more to do with what a hen's eating, not the eggshell color. But I still hear people swear up and down their eggs have more nutrients, but it's what they're eating, not the shell color. Another myth I hear is that brown hens lay brown eggs and white hens lay white eggs. Well, that's not true either. Black Minorcas is as dark as night, and they lay white eggs. A white Plymouth Rock is extremely white, just like Maximus here, and they lay brown eggs. So it has to do with genetics. I've even heard, jumping over to the cattle world, I've even had people ask me if Black Angus gives chocolate milk and Charolais give white milk. No, it's not that simple. It has to do with genetics, nothing to do with their hair or feather color. Another thing I hear is, my chickens are vegetarians. Well, if you spend any time watching a chicken in a garden or outside on a pasture, you'll quickly realize they're not vegetarians. They'll catch bugs, worms, mice, frogs, and they'll beat them to death. I've often thought if a chicken was as big as a person, they'd be one of the scariest predators out there. Thank the Lord they're smaller than we are, because that'd be a menace to take on. They are ferocious predators, and they'll even cannibalize each other if they get the chance to. The last myth I'm gonna mention, and I'm not pro or con on the broiler industry, but I often hear that the modern day broilers that we have, the Cornish Rocks, are a result of hormones and steroids. I worked in the poultry industry for a couple of years, and I never saw that. The broilers' fast growth is due to genetic selection. Back in the 1950s and 60s, a lot of the universities held what they called the Great Chicken Contest, and they invited farmers from all over the country to bring their fastest, biggest chickens, fastest growing and biggest chickens to different universities, and they selected over years the best traits. And over time, they came up with the standard Cornish chicken, and also the White Plymouth Rock. The Cornish for meat, the White Rock for fast growth, and then we came up with the Cornish Rock. Over time, we've cut 22 weeks of, where it took heritage chickens 22 weeks, 24 weeks to get to a market weight, we've cut it down to 6 weeks, which is unbelievable. And it's, in my opinion, a little too fast growing. But it's all due to genetic selection, not steroids or hormones. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to try to put out a little more poultry content. That's one of the areas I feel like I know quite a bit about. If you have any comments or any questions, feel free to send them to me through the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer them. Hope y'all have a good day, a blessed day, and looking forward to seeing y'all on the next video. Thanks a lot.